Hey there, cats and kiddos. Welcome back. It's Uda. We are doing another Animal Crossing video because you guys seem to like the last one. And I've had a lot of people ask me the specific question, how do I get rid of a villager that I don't want to live in my town no more? And I didn't really have an answer at the time, but I have tested a lot of things, tried a lot of things, read a lot of things, and I have figured out what we're going to show you today. And it's pretty simple, honestly. The method starts out with going into the game, obviously, and here's the thing. You can go around a town, and you can talk to all of your villagers, except for the one that you want to move out. That is a strategy that I've seen. A lot of people do it, but in my opinion, after all of my testing, I found that it really makes no difference, and is kind of just a waste of time. So, as you can see, I'm going to speed through this, but I'm going around and talking to everybody in town, and you will see later on, it really makes no difference. So, honestly, I find it to be a total waste of time. Basically, all you want to do is, go into the game, save, and exit the game. Guys, if this video helps you, by the way, or you just enjoy it, and you think I'm a cool human being, or robot maybe, who knows, please subscribe, like, comment. It helps me out so much. I appreciate it greatly. Anyway, let's get back into the important stuff. Now, I apologize if this video is a little bit long, but I wanted to show you the entire process, start to finish, with as little, editing or cuts or anything like that, so that you can 100% see it doesn't take that long, and it does work. And, I've seen a couple people have videos on this specifically, and they always just kind of show clips here and there, but not the entire process. What we're gonna do is hit the home button, go out, close the game, and then we are going to go down to the system settings. We are gonna go all the way down to the bottom. Date and time. Also, important to note, synchronize clock via internet. Make sure that is turned off. If that is on, it will automatically try to reset your date back to the correct date, based off of the internet. So just have it turned off, makes it easier. Now what we're gonna do is skip ahead 2 weeks, give or take. We're gonna do 16 days for a couple of reasons. A, we want to avoid Saturdays. The day that KK Slider comes is iffy for what we're trying to do, so we just generally skip over Saturdays. So we're gonna skip ahead 16 days in the future, and then we're going to go and we're going to restart our game. We're going to run around town and see if anybody has the little thought bubbles above their head. Diana's over there. She does not, but that's okay. If I haven't mentioned yet, the villager we are trying to evict today is Diana. I love her to death, don't, get me wrong, but I'm giving her over to a friend, and I just thought she would be a good way to demonstrate. Anywho, she does not have the thought bubble, so we're gonna keep looking around town and see if anybody else happens to have a thought bubble above their head. That is the key to this system. And you might notice when I talk to people, they have this new little piece of dialogue, like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, where have you been, that kind of a thing. That's just acknowledging you haven't played the game in 2 weeks, give or take. I find that 2 weeks is generally about the amount of time when they're like, oh, that's weird. But, yeah, so they'll have that extra little dialogue, and then you can talk to them again, and you can talk to them like normal. But like I said before, I don't find it particularly useful to go around talking to the people that you aren't trying to get rid of. It really doesn't make any difference from what I have found. As you can see, I went around to talk to everybody, mostly just to demonstrate. Nobody had any thought bubbles today, which is fine. What we're going to do is save the game again, and we are going to move forward one day. So, save the game, close it. back down to system settings, system, date and time, and we are going to move the day forward by 1. We're also going to change the time of day a little bit, because sometimes it affects when people come out of their house and that kind of stuff, so we're just trying to get more people to come outside, basically, so we're going to change what time it is a little bit. Go back and open the game again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to run around, we're going to look for the villagers, and see if anybody has that thought bubble above their head. We'd like it to be Diana, because that's who we're trying to get rid of, but it doesn't matter who has it. We'll be able to get it to Diana. And that's basically the whole shtick on this, is that we're going to be able to move the thought bubble to different villagers. And that will allow us to get the person that we want to leave. So I'll probably speed this up a little bit and come back to you after we have either found somebody with a thought bubble or have not, and we will be moving the day forward again one more time. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, we've run around the whole island, and nobody has any thought bubbles that is outside today. They have to be outside to have the bubbles. So nobody has any, so we're going to save again, quit the game, and then we are going to roll the date forward by 1 day again. And that's basically the whole process, is we're going to keep rolling the day forward by 1 day, skipping Saturdays, because Saturdays are a pain, and sometimes we'll change what time of day it is to try and encourage different villagers to come outside. But, yeah, we roll the day forward, and then we will go back into the game and look around and see if anybody has those thought bubbles. Let's run down into the town and see if anybody is out. And hey, look at what we got here. Chops is thinking about something. We've got the bubbles. That's super duper important. We don't know what he's thinking about though, so we're gonna check really quick. And how we check is we're going to talk to him. And if he says something about moving, like he is, awesome. Then we know that, you know, it's all working out. That's what we want. So, don't finish the conversation. Hit the home button on your Switch and close the game. Do not want the game to save. Just close the game immediately from there. Now, at this point, I'm going to reopen the game, and I'm going to go back in. I'm going to look for Chops, and we're going to see that he has the thought bubble again, just to double check and, you know, make sure that he's still got it and everything's all good. Okay, let's run over into town and see if Chops is, well, where he was before. Okay, now, here is a thing that can happen sometimes. Sometimes if you quit out of the game, someone else will get the thought bubble on the same day. It doesn't happen a lot to me, but it does happen. And most of the time when it does happen, they totally forgot what they were going to say to you. So, what you want to do again is home button, close the game, don't save it, just close it out completely. And then we're going to restart again and try to make sure that Chops has that bubble, you know. We're just double, triple checking basically for the purpose of demonstrating. Okay, let's see if we can find our boy Chops. Chops is being a little hard to find today. There he is, and he's thinking, just like we want him to be. He is most definitely thinking about moving, like we saw before when we didn't save the game. So, this is what we want. Chops has thought bubbles, and he wants to move. So what we're going to do at this point is, we're going to save the game. And then we're going to exit, close the game. We are again going to system settings and to the date and time, and we are going to skip the day forward by 1. Okay, now that we are back in the game, we are going to run around and see if we can find a villager with a thought bubble. That didn't take too long. There's Kabuki. He is thinking about something. That's all we need. We have transferred the thought bubble to another villager. Now, it's not the one that we want, but that's okay, because we just save and exit the game again. Then we close it, we skip the date forward by 1 day, and then we go back into the game. And you repeat this process over and over again. Like, I'm totally going to show you. Might speed it up a little, we'll see. But you just repeat this process until the thought bubble ends up on the villager that you want to get rid of. Okay, see, and today, Alfonso is thinking about something. Most likely moving. We don't want Alfonso to move, though, because we love that boy. So, guess what we do? If you guessed save and exit the game, you guessed correctly. We're going to save and exit the game and move the date forward by 1. I know, I'm repeating myself. It's a pattern, but I just really want it to be as clear as possible for you guys. Okay, and the thought bubbles have moved back to Chops. That can happen. No worries. We're just gonna move the day forward 1 more time. Not a problem. Now, on the date and time menu, I realize tomorrow is Saturday. And the thought bubbles showing up isn't really super regular on Saturdays, which is the day that KK Slider comes to play his concert. So I just skip over Saturdays. So we skip ahead 2 days this time, and we're going to go back into the game. Now, we have looked everywhere, and nobody has any thought bubbles, so it might be that one of the people that's inside their house is supposed to have them, so since they're not outside, it's not gonna happen today. So, we could move the time around in the day, but I find it just easier, quicker, best way to do it, save again, and then go move the date forward again. Okay, let's go run around and see if anybody is thinking about moving today. Oh, hey, guess what? We're in luck. It's exactly who we wanted to move out. Diana finally wants to leave. And all we had to do was spend, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, skipping days, until we got the thought bubbles to move to the person that we wanted. And see, now you can see by the dialogue, she wants to go. So, if we want to get rid of her, now we just be like, yeah, leave. If we don't, we can tell her to stay, which is what we're going to do, because my friend is not ready to receive her yet. But the point is, you can transfer these thought bubbles around to the different villagers, just skipping day to day, until it ends up on the person that you want to get rid of. And like I said before, a lot of people like to talk to every single villager. I personally do not like to do that, because it just doesn't seem to have any effect. As you saw in the beginning, I was talking to all of the villagers, but Diana, and it took a really long time, not necessarily a really long time, it only took like, 4 days, 5 days, but it took a while for her to want to be the one to leave. So even if you interact with your villagers all the time, I don't think it really makes a difference with the leaving thing. It just has to do with the thought bubbles. So I hope that helps. For everybody that was asking, and I hope I explained it in a reasonable way, and you could see the entire process from start to finish so that you know exactly what to do. And like I said in the beginning, I tried a lot of things, I tested a lot of things, I messed around with a lot of things. I've been working on this for, honestly, like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Just messing around with different things, from hitting them with nets and ignoring them and yada yada yada. And this is the surefire, quickest, easiest method to get rid of a specific villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, again, please subscribe. It means so much to me. Like the video. You guys are awesome. Leave a comment, and I might keep doing this kind of Animal Crossing how-to guidey sort of video in the future. So, catch you guys next time. Later.